Welcome back to Prime Edition, our socials.
At KBC Channel 1 on X, Facebook and YouTube. On to other developments, Tom.
That's right. Civil society groups are demanding urgent accountability and strict law enforcement to deal decisively with the rise of political gangs ahead of next year's poll.
Led by the International Commission of Jurists, the rights bodies want security agencies to immediately clamp down on incitement and criminal networks and ensure all perpetrators of political violence face swift prosecution.
Here's that report.
On Monday, the International Commission of Jurists Kenya section and the Center for Human Rights and Policy Studies convened for a national multi-stakeholder meeting to confront the growing threat of political goonism as the electioneering period beckons. The lobby group faulted security agencies and other relevant bodies for what they say is failing to fully enforce the law and deal with those sponsoring the goons and inciting violence.
If we begin to count from 2023 protests to 2024 protests to 2025 and now 2026, we would have hoped as citizens that today we would have many more organizers, financiers, mobilizers behind bars.
They are warning the trend has mutated into a wider threat to the country's democracy, with organized gangs being used to intimidate voters, attack demonstrators, disrupt public forums, and silence political dissent.
Because at the heart of this problem is impunity, is the protection that those who are responsible for financing and mobilizing these crimes are enjoying. And so our call to action is we want to break this chain of impunity.
Most importantly, the absence of state actors, the absence of accountability mechanisms in being central in providing solutions and being central in violence prevention mechanisms is a key gap here.
They are now calling for action against those who recruit, finance and deploy political gangs.
Where we have a problem, say, in one part of the country and we've had issues of who's are out there, the commander at that respective area should be able to tell us what's going on. It's about accountability. So we're moving on from just issuing statements or just saying things to actual to action that is oriented towards prosecution.
We continue to engage with the National Police Service to ensure that the kind of policing that we see, even during, whether it's during public management or during elections, is safe for the citizen.
Meanwhile, Transparency International Kenya is spearheading the operationalization of the Election Campaign Financing Regulations 2026, recently gazetted by the independent election body. They say this will help enhance accountability, clamp down on graft, and spells out contributions and spending limits in the upcoming polls.
So while building synergies with other relevant electoral management bodies, we call upon the IEBC to lead in enabling implementation and oversight to solidify this constitutional aspiration through the enforcement of the Election Campaign Financing Act and the attendant regulations.
We call upon IEBC to effectively coordinate with other oversight and law enforcement agencies to put in place measures for implementation and enforcement of the contributions and spending limits and ban the misuse of public resources.